Mukhtar, you say that people can't make sense of the idea of living harmoniously, and I don't get that. I mean, if you have a home and you need to get water from the creek, and you're told, well, okay, get some harmonious solution. I mean, I think it is obvious. That means don't dig up the whole creek and reflow it, killing everything. Figure out a way to tap in and tap into the system that's there, and have some harmony. You say it doesn't have a concrete definition. Oh yeah, it does. I mean, it's a metaphor from sound. We know what it means for sounds to be harmonious. So it means when you add a sound to the sounds that are already there, you're supposed to try to fit in to what's already there. And in nature, that means fitting into what's already there in a way that makes a harmony, a nice sounding result, as opposed to a harsh, clashing or destructive result. So I think it's a very direct bit of advice about how to think in order to be sustainable. And you talk about there's no solution with this 7 billion people. Well, first of all, we're going to get more people. We need a solution that's going to work by the time we have 10 or 15 billion, because I don't think the people are going away or going to stop reproducing. Certainly not fast enough based on who you have now, but it's not really fair to say, oh, well, there's no solution with these people. I mean, that's like all problems. All problems that exist the way they are. There's no solution unless something changes. And it's the same thing with us. We have to change. So, we could change to stop reproducing and stay the same in every other way. That doesn't seem very likely. I mean, I think it's more likely that as our population continues to grow, we could change the way people think about living harmoniously with nature. And if we could have 10 billion people all intent on living harmoniously, I think you'd find there are enough resources. We can live harmoniously with nature. And so, of course, it requires a change in people. All of our solutions require a change in people. Telling people and getting them to only have 2 children would require a big change in people, a very big change. It might seem small because you can put it in one sentence, but it's a huge, huge change with a lot of cultural implications. Now, living harmoniously with nature, that's about as much different from how people want to live as ask them not to shit in their own living room. People want a sustainable society. People want harmonious living. They have a certain amount of ignorance of what it is they're supposed to harmonize with. And, you can point out to people what they need to harmonize with by teaching them what's going on in these systems, in these human systems, what's going on, what's going wrong with them. And you can, say, for example, be more harmonious with the natural environment. And it makes perfect sense. It's a very concrete bit of advice. And if people would follow it, then 7 billion people could live on this planet. 10 or 15 probably could. And, it's a danger to start saying, oh, well, look at the people. They'll never live in this other way as they are. Well, of course they won't. As they are, they'll live in the situation they're in right now. I mean, as they already exist, and that's the way they are, and that's the full explanation of how they are. But we're talking about what do we need to become. And so in that case, yeah, changes are required, changes in attitude mostly. And it's a lot about harmony. I mean, you might think the word sustainability is more concrete, but really saying live harmoniously is a way of saying to live in a way that'll end up being more sustainable. These ideas are related. So it's a lot more concrete than you seem to realize. At least I think so.